The national champion is clad in big orange.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. The national champion is clad in big orange.
At Summit and Destiny have met 7 times before. Tonight is number 8.
Tennessee Volunteers have wrapped up an SEC outright regular season title. Connect with
the SEC runs through Rocky Top. Tennessee wins the SEC regular season crown for the 2nd consecutive season.
the 1-0. In the air, right center field. Rock's on the move. Rock get there. Tennessee walks it off. It's a mismatch. Deep three. Come on now. And don't connect. Probably trying this time. Indeed. New hand jam. Down the middle. Got it. Surprise. High it again. And he's going to take it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Hey, how much fun is this?
Man, Rocky Top. This is college football at its absolute best.
You already know it. This is college athletics at its absolute best. We are live, which means it is Thursday night, 8 Eastern, and oh my goodness, we are so back. Week 1 was so awesome, and we're going to break it down right here on the Vols Fanatics Show. I'm your boy, Skylar and Michael, my co-host. How are we doing tonight?
Man, we are doing fantastic. We had a full weekend of college football. We talked about it last week. Was it not the best weekend of the year because you had football Thursday night, Friday night, all day Saturday. You had a Sunday afternoon and a night game. Then you had college football on Monday night as well.
It was all college, too.
Best weekend of the year. But we're doing fantastic. We have to talk about a big Vol victory from this past weekend. How you doing, my man?
Man, we are doing good. We're here. We're back in the home studio. It was a long trip, kind of scary at times, but by God, we made it. And thankful to be back. And we got a lot to talk about, Michael. Before we get too far into it, though, I do want to remind the folks who our presenting show sponsor is, and that is Chris Smith Insurance. As a homeowner, Chris was once let down by an insurance company. So he started his own agency where instead of feeling like a big company is fighting against you, you'll know that your agent is fighting for you. All insurance is not equal. Trust the Chris Smith Insurance today. Give them a call right here in 865-272-3387. Again, that is 865-272-3387. And again, we appreciate your support. Chris isn't just the guy that's going to get you the best rate. He's going to find you the best coverage for the best rate so that if something does go wrong, you do have to file that claim. Not only will he be there to help you and assist you through those next steps, but also give you the peace of mind to know that you're properly covered. So, Chris, man, we appreciate you so much. And Michael, I guess give us the rundown. I mean, obviously, we got to recap what we've seen over the last week, but get the folks, I guess, the rundown of what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, so tonight we are going to look at Tennessee and Syracuse. We're going to give our thoughts on that game, give some players that we're really excited about after that game, give some players that we can see a little bit more from going forward, just our overall thoughts on that game, what we thought about Tennessee. Then segment 2, we are going to give a brief preview of ETSU. Not a lot to preview there. It should be an easy win for Tennessee. We're also going to talk a little bit of Joey Aguilar versus Nico Iamaleava. Kind of some dude that went out to UCLA that absolutely sucked it up last week. So
okay.
That guy. But
all right.
Segment 3, we are bringing the pick segment back again. Week 2 pick's going to be in. Upset pick of the week will also be at the end of that segment. And then, of course, Jake Arnold back with some Rakin with Jake. And, he's got to do a little bit better this week as he went 2-3 last week. So not the greatest. Got to have a little bit better week this week.
It's week 1. We didn't know what we were getting into. All right, but we got a better idea this week. And Tennessee football 247. He's already changed that profile picture, thank God. And says, I want to see Tennessee put up 75 on ETSU. That's an insane number. I mean, that would almost be disrespectful, but I'm fine with it.
We did it to Kent State last year.
I'm fine with it. No, right on. We appreciate you being tuned in. We'll, I guess, just go ahead and give us our segment 1 sponsor, man, and we'll get right into this recap.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Our segment one sponsor, it is Optimal Asbestos Services. Optimal Asbestos Services offers detailed asbestos inspections and air quality assessments. Whether you're looking to secure your home or workplace, you can trust Optimal Asbestos Services to deliver thorough and reliable solutions. You can contact Jeff Mull at 865-223-3297 for your consultation today, or go on the web at optimalasbestosservices.com. So let's talk a little bit about Tennessee and Syracuse, and I do have a graphic that I can pull up. Give me just a second.
While you're
to
doing
get
that, I kind
up.
of want to ask the folks, what's your biggest takeaway from week one for the Vols? Be sure to, if you're on Facebook, give us a comment, YouTube, you name it. We got you right here. But what is your biggest takeaway from the Vols in week one? I'm just curious to see what you guys think. But Michael, I'm gonna let you start it up whenever you get that graphic. But what is your biggest takeaway from the Vols in week one?
All right, so I don't know what's going on with that right there, but my biggest takeaway from week one for Tennessee is they're going to be just fine. National media was hating on Tennessee. There we go. National media was hating on Tennessee because of the whole Nico situation, saying that they were going to take a step back because you lost Nico. Now you've got Joey Aguilar. There's the big unknown around him. You're losing pretty much your entire starting wide receiver core, actually. I mean, because Chris Brazzell didn't start most of the season last year because we still had Squirrel White. So a lot of unknowns there. You're missing your top corner in Jermon McCoy. So there was a lot of questions. People saying 8-4 for Tennessee, 9-3 at the absolute best. Look, Tennessee has got a legitimate shot of going 10-2 this year, and that's not just because of what happened to Alabama against Florida State, which Alabama fans, they have been crazy. I'm not an avid watcher of Paul Feinbaum, but did you happen to hear the guy that they call Legend call in?
Oh, absolutely. Basically told him, get the hell out of there. I loved it.
Yes. So Alabama fans are losing their minds right now. But no, overall, my thoughts, Tennessee is going to be just fine this year, and they do have a legitimate shot this year, once again, of making the playoffs.
That's what I like to hear. We got a couple great comments. Alan said the running game is still alive. And I mean, honestly, that isn't my takeaway because I knew it would be. Like, it was refreshing to see. But I'll tell you right now, Star Thomas, and we'll talk about it, but Star Thomas impressed me the most out of all three of them.
Agreed.
I think I knew what I was going to get out of Deshaun Bishop. I was expecting more out of Peyton Lewis, but Star Thomas, in my opinion, was the highlight of the room. Backflip Spaghetti, welcome in. We appreciate having you here. Says, for me, it's the open playbook. And I love this answer because I was literally going back and forth with my father while we were watching the game. And I'm just like, man, these play calls are really good. Like it didn't seem vanilla last year, man. I'll just be honest. It didn't. And I think this was a known, but we didn't have any creativity type plays last year. And to see, I mean, just for instance, Star Thomas kind of rolling out of the backfield, catching a touchdown pass, seeing the running backs get in the passing game was so refreshing. Seeing the screen passes was refreshing. Something that we've kind of gone away from, and it's so nice to kind of get those running backs involved in the passing game. Play number RPO, pull, slant, 15 yards, and that's how you start a ball game. It was beautiful. I loved it. The play calling was absolutely backflip spaghetti. That's such a good call. Good answer. And I'm going to go with, personally, it's going to be a negative takeaway, but I expected more out of this defense. And I don't know if it's because we got up so big and they kind of was like, oh, well, we got this one in the bag already. I don't know. But I was really expecting this defense to be a little bit better. We got banged up at D-line early and often, so we're going to have to do better at getting healthy. You mentioned losing Jermon McCoy, our number one cornerback. Well, it's pretty apparent that we're losing our now top two cornerbacks for quite some time, as Ricky Gibson has been ruled out for an extended period of time. Josh Heupel didn't really elaborate, so I'm expecting him to be out for weeks. It doesn't sound like it's going to be anytime soon. So,
but on that right there, even though that's a big loss, another takeaway for me is that cornerback room, that secondary in general, it's going to be just fine.
Look good.
Man.
Look good. Colton Hood, Idris Farouk playing, I'm telling you, and there's another one that played really good. Young player, Ty Redmond, played really, really well.
Ty Redmond was, according to, what is it, Pro Football Focus or something like that, he was actually our highest rated defender from the Syracuse game in his first game for Tennessee.
We knew we were going to be deep at the secondary. It's always scary after the very first game of the season and you're already into that depth, if that makes sense. So,
yeah.
But to me, it's just the defense in general. I mean, you gave up 100 yards rushing. You gave up 274 yards passing. That's just too much, in my opinion. Now, Syracuse was in a passing situation literally from the start of the game. So, I mean, they were throwing the ball a lot. But just in my opinion, my takeaway, albeit it is negative, but I just really, really had high expectations for this defense. And they kind of let me down. But overall, the offense definitely picked them up. I mean, we scored 45 against Syracuse, and I was pretty thrilled about that. I mean, you're talking about a team, and I get it. They lost some players, but as every team, they go through the turmoil in the offseason. They picked up some good players as well. And this team went 10-3 last year. They put out Miami, right? Miami was destined to be in the playoff, and Syracuse had none of that. I mean, they had a really great game against Miami and ended their season basically. And so to go in their neutral site, Atlanta, and get the big win over Syracuse was so refreshing. But I do expect better out of the defense in time to come.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, let's get into it. And, we won't go super in depth because then we will be talking about it all night. But let's just kind of go position by position. And, we'll obviously start off with quarterback, man. Joey Aguilar, breath of fresh air, man. Yeah. I mean, you mentioned it right off the bat, RPO, 15-yard pickup. But it wasn't just that. It was, he knew where he was going with the football. Right away. And he, obviously he did airmail some throws, a lot of them, some of those quick outs that, just didn't quite get his feet set, didn't get his body around.
It was early in the game. I think he had some jitters, I'll be honest, because he was throwing high pretty often there early in the game.
Yeah. And if anybody saw my TikTok as well, here's my biggest takeaway from Joey Aguilar. That is a difference from Nico. So if you remember last year with Nico, when he would struggle during a game, he never adjusted. He just continued to have the same problems throughout the game. Nothing ever got fixed. Joey,
Arkansas.
Yeah, exactly. Joey on Saturday, he struggled a little bit early with some of those overthrows, but then he adjusted. And even though he did have some drops as well from the receivers on passes that should have absolutely been caught.
Chris Brazzle's was abysmal, bro. Like it literally
that had touchdown written all over it. Because all he had to do was he had to make one defender miss and he was off to the races. But yes, he had some drops. But after he had some of those overthrows there towards the beginning, he adjusted, he settled down, and he looked like a different quarterback from that point on. So that is my biggest takeaway from Joey Aguilar is this guy's going to be just fine. And we saw the offensive playbook open up. We had a comment in here about that. It was Backflip Spaghetti here. He said the open playbook there. I mean, how many times have we seen one of those deep shots come in a game like that one to Braylon Staley over the last couple of years? I mean, we've seen Nico and Joe throw those over the last couple of years, but it's either been forced or you're just missing guys. Joey knew where he was going with that football. He put it on a dime, and Braylon just caught it and took it right in. That was so refreshing to see.
Yeah, I mean, Joey definitely – he wasn't a game manager. I mean, this guy went out there and played ball and ran the offense as it should be. I like the fact that even though he's only been in the system for a month, basically, for fall camp, he was going through his reads. I mean, it was one, he was two. If it wasn't there, he even took off and ran. I mean, how often did we see that last year? Those
I was going to say, how refreshing is that to see?
So to see the off-script plays, I mean, the Star Thomas leaking out of the backfield for the touchdown was literally an off-script play where he extended the play, kept his eyes down the field because he could have ran. May not have scored the touchdown, but definitely got positive yards. But no, he instead put the ball up in the air, let his teammate go make a play. And that, I mean, it's just so good to see it. Like what I'm seeing out of Joey Aguilar, he's a playmaker. And I think everything we said in the offseason saying like, look, we don't need you to be one. We just need you to like run the offense and let the defense win games. I think Joey Aguilar has already won us a game this year. And I think he's going to continue to do so.
Yep, I completely agree with you, man. So, I mean, I am not worried about the quarterback position after game one.
No,
that was going to be all right. I mean, we had questions.
Mistakes are going to be coming, though. I will say this, absolutely. To be negative, there was a play over the middle and in the red zone that he was locked on his target from the moment he said hut. And if it wouldn't tipped at the line, probably could have been picked. But, hey, football is football. It got tipped. It was incomplete. And we learned from that. So he's still got some plays where he knows where he's going before the ball snapped, and we got to get that out of him. I know you can have a hot route, and I get that. But if it's not there, we can't lock in on that. But other than that, like I said, mistakes are going to come. But as of right now, I love what I've seen out of Joey.
Yeah, absolutely. Running back position group, there's not a lot to say because they pretty much performed exactly the way that we thought that they would. It is a three-headed monster that we're going to see all season long. We're not going to have one single guy that's going to go out there and get us 100 to 150 yards a game. You literally, in the stat sheet here, you see our three running backs. Star Thomas, 92 yards. Deshaun Bishop, 82 yards. Peyton Lewis with 38 yards, and that number is so low just because when he was out there for his turns, it was either Joey Aguilar hitting the big passing play or a short field where he doesn't get as many touches, things like that. The numbers right there, the 8 carries for 38 yards, that doesn't tell how good Peyton Lewis was out there when he was running the football.
Yeah, he runs mean. I mean, just his touchdown run alone. I mean, he literally ran over a safety. I mean, he got into the end zone. I think he could be a little bit better with his vision. Bishop and Star Thomas, in my opinion, are able to have a little bit more vision. They can see the gaps a little bit better than Peyton Lewis. But I love the fact that Peyton Lewis don't dance. I mean, he's such a downhill back and he's fast. So I think with that experience, though, with him getting some actual game time, meaningful, he's only going to get better. And I mean, I still am going to stick with it. Peyton Lewis, in my opinion, has the highest ceiling of this room.
He's got the highest ceiling for sure. But for me, I'm also going to piggyback off of what you said earlier. I think Star Thomas this season might end up being – he's going to be your best overall back. He's going to be that guy, in my opinion, that if it comes down to crunch time and you need somebody to go out there and make a play, Deshaun Bishop is great. Peyton Lewis is great. But Star Thomas, with his experience, and he's one of those guys where he's a downhill runner. He's going to hit the hole. He's a mean runner as well. But he's also got a little bit of finesse about him. And
he's elusive.
He's got some breakaway speed as well. He's very hard to bring down. He is very dynamic in the passing game as well, as you mentioned on that touchdown grab that he had coming out of the backfield. So I think Star Thomas is going to be that guy that when you need a play to happen, he's going to be the guy in the game to make that play over the other two backs.
But he's also elusive to make people miss. I mean, that spin move he had while he was running downhill was nasty. I mean, to be able to do that running full speed is insane. So I love how quick he is, how elusive he is, can make a guy miss. Peyton Lewis and Bishop, they just run through contact, and I love that, especially in short yardage situations. But as far as those highlight plays, those chunk plays, Star Thomas is definitely it.
Yeah, completely agree with you. Wide receiver group, you know who might be your best receiver this year? And it's not just because of the deep ball, but your best overall. I knew you were going to say it.
It's because he's in the slot. It's because he's in the slot.
Exactly.
That's all it is. It's Braylon Staley, for anybody that doesn't know.
He also impressed, man. He really did. Braylon Staley, in my opinion, is probably going to be your best overall receiver. And you mentioned that he's in the slot, so that helps him out some, especially in this offense.
I think Mike Matthews is still going to be good. I mean, I feel like Brazel is like the brew, in a way of like he's your veteran now, and he's always going to be your go-to guy, because I do feel like Joey went to Brazel a lot. But I do feel like Mike Matthews one-on-one is still your better athlete in terms of beating that one-on-one every time. Gotta catch the ball. But I'm telling you, like the times he did catch the ball, he almost every time made that first guy miss, and he was gone for another 5 or 10 yards. So I think Braylon Staley's set up for the best position to succeed. But I still think Mike Matthews might be your best talent in the room.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. And, you mentioned it, got to clean some things up, got to catch some passes that, you've absolutely got to catch. I mean, Mike Matthews had one hit him in the hands. He just turned too early trying to get upfield. Chris Brazel had one hit him in the chest on that slant pass he would have taken for a touchdown if he made the man miss. So some things to clean up there. We'll get into this in our preview segment. I'm super excited this week to be able to see some of our younger guys.
Yep.
You got Radarius Jackson. We didn't really see a lot of him. You had Travis Smith. Is that his name?
Yes, Travis Smith
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah, Travis Smith. He got in the game. He had one pass thrown to him, and that was the one that Aguilar unfortunately sailed over his head when they were inside.
They got
the
playing
5-yard
time.
line.
I was gonna say they got playing time. They just didn't. They couldn't haul in their catches, which is not necessarily their fault. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But they got some playing time, and yes, you're gonna see them a lot more this week. Hopefully.
Yeah, but in my opinion, the receiving room is going to be fine this year. You've got more talent overall in this room this year than you did last year, and I think you got more versatility as well.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing out of the tight end room as well. Miles Kitzelman, just a dog. But also what they do blocking. You've seen a lot of 12 personnel, one back, two tight end.
Yeah, and how about the improvements? The improvements that Ethan Davis has made in the run blocking.
And that's only going to get him more playing time, and in time is going to get him more receiving yards and catches and whatnot. Look, I'm telling you, they've obviously made improvements. Ethan Davis is definitely the size and the talent that you want in that room. Just needs a little bit more experience, and he's getting it now. And I think Miles Kitzelman, as good as he has been to the team, he's been pivotal for Ethan Davis, for a guy that he can kind of learn behind and whatnot. And definitely need both of them for the rest of the year. We do run a lot of 12 personnel, and I love to see it, though. I mean, obviously, it was early on in the game. They were doing a lot of motion, which I love this. I'm telling you, the offense is so wide open. But you knew it was going to be a downhill run, but they kind of motioned the tight end sideways to where they were kind of already running before the ball was snapped, to where Ethan Davis and Miles Kitzelman just straight downhill, almost like fullbacks, were blocking right in front of the running back. And that play, it was just so beautiful because it was almost guaranteed at that point. So love what I've seen out of the tight ends. Kind of knew what we were going to get out of that room, and it's just they backed it up. I love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then something that gets overlooked each and every week from teams, but in my opinion, probably the best overall position group this past weekend. Offensive line, man. 0 sacks.
Dude, Joey had
0 sacks. Yes, he did.
And when he didn't, he extended the play. He did great. So
yeah, and the biggest thing, I'm blanking on his name, but David Sanders, had a small injury happen during the end of.
They just moved Jesse Perry from guard over to tackle.
Jesse Perry, thank you.
A guy that's been practicing in the guard position all offseason.
Yes,
bounces out to tackle. Pendleton ended up winning center. We thought it would be William Satterwhite. That's not the case. But then Sham Uveroff just picked up right where Jesse Perry left off, and he took over the guard, and it was almost so natural.
It looked like they'd been doing it all fall
That's what I'm saying. It was so good to see, because when unfortunate for Sham, but whenever David Sanders is healthy, Perry's going to go back to the guard position, and Sanders is going to be the offensive tackle. Pendleton's going to be your center. But no, it was so good to see how I don't even know. I don't know how to explain it, but you could just move your offensive lineman around, and it doesn't necessarily matter. There's a word for that. I'm blanking on it. Yeah. But that's different in and of itself. I mean, most guards can't play tackles. Yeah. I mean, most guards cannot play tackle. It's just a different footwork, different body style. But Jesse Perry made it work, and I don't think he's been getting enough credit for it. But he's got it here on this show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, offensive line looked fantastic this past weekend. And, most of the time, if you're not talking about an offensive line, that means that they're playing good.
Right.
If we're talking about them, that means that there's issues there. But you know what? We're going to talk about them this week because of how well that they played against Syracuse. I mean, we're not going to understate that.
We need that against Georgia, 100%. We need a lot of this against Georgia. But what we haven't touched on is that defensive side of the ball real quick.
Yep.
I'm going to start with the highlighted group, and that's the linebackers.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Arion Carter, Jeremiah Thielander, and Edwin Spillman.
That play by Arion Carter where he dekes the quarterback by faking like he was going to go cover. He basically took one step and then beelined it straight to the quarterback. You had three offensive linemen looking dumb trying to block one dude while he just comes scot-free right up the middle, and it wasn't even close. I mean, that play was beautiful.
It was such a sweet play that if you listen to the broadcast from Mike Keith or Ramon Foster, you hear Mike Keith with his sack, and in the background you hear Ramon go, just such a sweet play there. But yeah, Arion Carter just highlighted that defense. Jeremiah Thielander doing his thing as well. And what about the the diving interception that he had after the McMurray pick.
Was
Dude,
good.
that was sweet. And then, man, Edwin Spillman, those three guys right there could literally go and they could start for
Did they all three have a sack? Or I guess Sealander got the interception, but I know for a fact Edwin Spillman and Arion Carter had sacks.
So T-Lander did not have a sack, but he did have a TFL and he also had the INT. But yeah, Spillman had a sack and so did Arion Carter. I mean, those three guys there played fantastic. Now, here's what I will say. This is where, in the third quarter, Syracuse started moving the ball more. We started putting in our backups, had backup linebackers in.
Come on, Ben Bolton, do better, dude. Lock in, let's go.
Had a little bit of a drop-off there. Had to bring in Jeremiah T-Lander again to kind of fire him back up. Ended up getting a stop later in that drive. So that's one thing that is kind of a downside is, if any of those three guys go down, or let's just say, God forbid, two of them go down, it's a big drop-off after Edwin Spillman, who's our first guy in, to our fourth guy.
Well, I mean, I agree with that, but I think that speaks to the level of talent that Arion Carter, T-Lander, and Edwin Spillman are at. I mean,
I agree with that as well.
They are elite, and that's something I love about what they're doing on the recruiting trail is they are going to be. What is going on? Hello, sorry about that. What they're doing on the recruiting trail. I mean, getting two of your top 5 linebackers in this last year's class that's going to be signing coming in December. I mean, a big position of need, obviously, to backfill. But as of right now, like you said, I mean, the biggest goal, especially going into ETSU, and we'll preview this, but I mean, obviously, is to get healthy, stay healthy, get your starters out as quickly as possible, and go from there. But no, linebackers definitely was a highlight for me.
Yeah, defensive line. I mean, they played well, but there's some injuries there. They also, I don't know if it's because of the injuries or what, but it didn't seem like we had as deep of a defensive line as I was expecting coming into the season.
Yeah,
but they're going to be fine overall. Now, one guy that really impressed me in this ball game that was basically a nobody coming in, Nate Robinson. He played his butt off in that game, and then had the forced fumble that
got a game ball at the end of the year. Yep.
Yeah, that Colton Hood picked up and took back for the touchdown. He had a fantastic game. I mean, Jackson Moy, I think they said he's going to stay out of this next game just to make sure he's healthy for Georgia.
As he should.
Did not see Jordan Ross a whole lot in the game.
But he did make a play.
He did make a play. I mean, overall, the defensive line is going to be fine, and that is because I've got trust in Rodney Garner, man. But,
yeah. Need to stay strong at the nose and the D-line because, we have gotten into the depth of that position pretty heavily, but our Leo positions are still really, really good.
Oh, just like we predicted, Joshua Joseph is that dude.
Yes, but now I will say this, can't give up containment on the run game. We did that a couple times against Syracuse. Can't let that happen. That's basic fundamentals of a D-line, of a Leo edge position, but, we'll work on that. I'm sure they're going to hit the film room pretty hard on that. And I think it's just they got excited wanting to rush to the quarterback, and they just gave up contain. So got to work on that. But other than that, man, they're playmakers.
Yeah. Secondary, man, they played absolutely fantastic.
They did.
Jalen McMurray, he really stepped up and he showed out in this ball game. You got Andre Turrentine had a really good game, and that was good to see because there's been times in his career he has struggled, but he definitely needed it. Idris Farouk, I've been singing his praises all offseason. He played well. Colton Hood, he is that dude. That is why I'm not as concerned losing Ricky Gibson, even though that's a big loss.
He's handsy, dude.
Yes.
I think in the SEC, probably going to get caught a lot, but
probably. But I think that
definitely aggressive.
I think when you do get Jermod McCoy back and you got McCoy on one side and Colton Hood on the other side, dude, those are two just elite.
We need them
defensive backs, man.
We need them back.
See, Caleb Beasley had a pretty good game.
He did.
Boo Carter. So
he got a great game.
I feel like he played a little bit better than people think. He just
missed a
didn't
couple
show
tackles
up.
that were right in the face, I guess. I don't know, but he had an okay game, but in my opinion, he wasn't a difference maker for sure.
He definitely was a difference maker, which is why people think that he probably didn't have a great game. You're right. He missed a couple of tackles he probably should have as well. How much of that goes to the practices that he missed where, maybe he wasn't there with the team, things like that?
I mean,
We'll see.
I don't think so. I'm not about to make excuses for the guy. He had plenty of he had plenty of practice for this game per se, but I think his role will continue to increase as the season goes along. But I think it was refreshing to see that he's got to earn it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's folks behind him that are fighting for that playing time, and if he don't lock in, it's absolutely they're gonna take it. So
yeah, but Ty Redmond, already mentioned him. He's gonna be a dude as well. So this secondary group is looking good. Defense overall, my biggest complaint is the same one that we have had since Heupel and them got here. It's when you play in the zone defense, you're giving up way too many open looks in the middle. And I know that it's typical in a zone defense that there's soft spots in that zone. But you can't have those soft spots be right in the middle of the field.
You gotta credit Syracuse's quarterback too. I mean, he came from Penn State or Notre Dame, one of them. And he did a good job because we brought some pressure a lot, and he was able to dump the ball in the middle, like you're mentioning, and fighting against the blitz. And that's the risk you take as a defensive coordinator, Tim Banks, when he's drawing up those plays, and they just had a good counter to him. I love the aggression by the defense, but it's going to leave a man open at times, and you got to credit Syracuse quarterback for capitalizing on some of it. But that goes back to our defense bending, not breaking. Now, they obviously gave up 26 points, and that's 26 points where, I mean, I'm not going to call them garbage time. We were up 17-0 after the first quarter, and I almost know for a certain we freaking let up after that. We can't do that. But agreed. I think a defense that locks in a little bit better, I don't think we give up that. I think the gotta have it situations on defense, I felt like we did a lot better at, except for like the long late down and distance, like the 3rd and 10s and the 4th and 15s that we were giving up was very frustrating. Yeah. But if we can clean that up, man, our defense will be just fine.
Now, here's what I will say. Yes, you're giving up those big soft spots in the middle of that zone, but let's go back and look at the 2021 defense, the 2022 defense. And our defenders were giving that up, but also missing tackles a little down. Here, you're giving up that middle of the zone, but you're making the stop, giving up a 15 to 20-yard play instead of giving up a touchdown. So that is a positive, I guess, moving forward with that, but you still don't like to see those big gains in the middle of the defense like that.
That's right. That's right. You got anything else on the recap here? I mean, overall, Tennessee looked good. I think the questions on offense were answered. Even though it's Syracuse, I think still is an okay team. I think at the end of the year they may be 6-6, 7-5, but overall a Power 4 conference opponent that's got talent. I mean, it's not like this was LIU or whoever. Yeah, Long Island. I mean, it's not a nobody, right? Like Syracuse is a name brand, and there's talent on that team. And Tennessee went out there and throttled them like as if they weren't. So I love to see it. And we'll learn from Syracuse on this week. I think they have a decent opponent. We'll see if they can bounce back and get a win. And if they do, then we do know that, hey, this was a quality opponent. But, I think Tennessee took care of business as they should. They get to come home this weekend in just a couple of days. And we'll get to see them on home turf for another glorified scrimmage, if you will, and get locked in ready for Georgia next week.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk just a little bit about ETSU. But before we do that, do you want to give us our segment 2 sponsor?
You already know it. It is P&L Business Services. We know firsthand that getting your monthly reporting, invoicing, bill pay, taxes, and other essential business services right is critical. That's why at P&L Business Services, we go beyond bookkeeping by providing you with everything you need in your back office so you can have your time back and the peace of mind to do what you love most, which is building your business. Behind every successful business is a great bookkeeper. Guys, if you're an entrepreneur and you're in business and you're trying to make it and you don't want to sacrifice the great customer service that you're working on because you're just so busy trying to get paid on jobs or staying on top of payroll or whatever, you really need to turn to the folks at P&L Business Services. Go online right now to pnlbusinessservices.com and just reach out to them and see what they can do for you to help you out behind the scenes so you can continue to do what you do best, which is helping your client base. We appreciate you, P&L Business Services, for your continued support. And Michael, segment 2 is obviously the ETSU preview. I don't really have much on that team, I'll be honest with you. I do know that they have Cade McNamara as their quarterback.
I had forgotten that he had transferred to ETSU, so they do have a pretty good quarterback in Cade McNamara. They did get a big win last week against Murray State, 45-17.
I mean, it was Murray State, but they look good.
Yeah. So, I mean, they got off to a quick start. And
is weather going to be a factor in this game, as Backflip Spaghetti mentions? You know, looks like it could be raining Saturday.
I mean, it could be a factor as far as,
I think that only helps us.
I was going to say, I think that it helps us. It could be a factor as, you might see a few more turnovers than you would, people losing the ball. You might see more of a running game instead of some of those longer passes that people
Which is why I think it helps us.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm fine handing it to Deshaun Bishop and Star Thomas and Peyton Lewis all game long. Honestly, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to affect the outcome of the game. I mean, Tennessee is a Power 5 school that should be a top 15 opponent or a top 15 team, in my opinion, overall. And ETSU is an FCS school. So, I mean, it's 2 different levels there. Tennessee is going to go in. They're going to get a win in this ball game. It's just a matter of what are we going to see coming out of this game. Looks like, as we mentioned, Cade McNamara. They also got Jacoby Criswell.
It'll be a 2-quarterback system.
Yeah, let's see, where did he play before this?
Kind of surprised that we're wearing our classics. I kind of thought we were going to be seeing our Grays uniform in the home opener, but I've been wrong before. Maybe we'll see it against Arkansas. I don't know when we'll see him, actually.
Maybe. All right, so he is actually coming off of, he was at UNC last year is where he was quarterback.
North Carolina.
Before transferring to ETSU. So, but yeah, it looks like Cade McNamara is going to be the starter, but you will see Jacoby Criswell come in. Tennessee could have their hands full with the running back, Devontae Houston, who in that Murray State game had 14 carries for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. I know that the run defense is more of Tennessee's strength, but they also didn't just look invincible against Syracuse either. So, could have your hands full there. Looks like they do pass to several different receivers in that game against Murray State. Jeremiah Harrison was the leading receiver with 3 receptions for 56 yards and a touchdown. So I do know that they run more of an up-tempo style offense as well, kind of like Tennessee likes to run, like we saw in the first quarter of that game against Syracuse. So could be a very fast-paced game, especially starting off until, one team or the other maybe slows it down later in the contest.
Here's my thing. I think actually defensively we're going to struggle early. I don't want to, but I think with the experience they have at quarterback and at running back, I do think we may struggle early on. We may give up a quick touchdown in the first quarter. I don't know. But I do think that our offense is going to eat all over ETSU's defense. So I'm not really worried about losing the game. I'm not even really worried about it being close, but I'm just saying in the first quarter, it could be like, it could be 14-7 at the end of the first quarter. And you're just kind of like, what, like why? But I do think we'll lock in. I think we'll win easily. But don't be surprised if ETSU tries to hang around there till halftime. I mean, at the end of the day, that's got to be their goal is, hey, how long can we make this a football game? Because they're coming in here trying to do the best they can, obviously stay healthy and whatnot. But I mean, it would literally, even if they don't win, their goal is to, hey, get it to the fourth quarter, give ourselves a chance, keep it within a score or 2, whatever. But at the end of the day, we have to put them away. One thing we couldn't do against Syracuse, and that's something I want to see us do to ETSU, is put them away early. Mm-hmm. And I really don't want to see a single starter in the second half. I think that's what I'm looking forward to going into this game. I want to see our backup quarterbacks. I want to see our D-line, our offensive line, that's just kind of the rotational guys. I want to see them get some time in. I want to see how they play. And I don't know. I really think that would be pivotal, not just for the team growth, but also for the recruits coming in and how you can promise them that game time, that playing time that they need and they deserve, because they do practice just as much as everybody else. So, Michael, what are you looking forward to, or what's one thing you're looking to see in this ball game?
So the thing that I'm looking to see is something that Tennessee needs to do to be able to get to this point. So I want to see Tennessee go out there, get a big lead in the first half. Then I want to see who's going to impress more, George McIntyre or Jake Merklinger. Who is going to be our second string quarterback
This is Jake.
for if, God forbid, if Joey Aguilar, gets hurt or something like that, who's going to be that second string guy? That's the big thing I want to see, mainly from Tennessee in this game. I want to see you go out there, start fast, get a big lead, get your younger guys in, and get ready for Georgia. That's it.
Right.
That's what I want to see.
Right. And let's watch Kentucky beat Ole Miss.
You're asking for a lot there. That's for sure.
I'm not pulling for Kentucky. I just think it'd be really comical for Ole Miss to lose to Kentucky again.
But obviously this isn't going to be a big preview, which is why I brought up one other topic. Let's talk about it a little bit.
What are we talking about?
Joey Aguilar versus Nico. Because what was the talk of the offseason? The offseason talk was
a trade that Tennessee lost in, basically.
Yes, Tennessee downgraded because UCLA got Nico and Tennessee got Joey Aguilar.
You want to know who really downgraded?
Nico. Yeah.
Man lost $1 million a year and then moved to a state where he's got to pay state income tax. And then, please cover your ears if you're young, got his ass whooped in week 1. I mean, I think he got sacked 1 million times. Dude literally got banged up. I seen him limping after the game. Like, he literally put himself, and you can blame it on his daddy all you want to. Like, at the end of the day, the dude still lives his life. But, like, he put himself in such a crappy situation and then tried to say it was Tennessee's fault for not building around him. Brother, you get what you get. I mean, look, you reap what you sow. Enjoy it. I hope you have a great year, honestly, but it's not off to a good start. I'm so over the Nico talk too. Like I'm riding high with Joey, and
I think it was JD Pickell from On 3 Sports. Did a comparison, and he was talking about Nico's comments of going to UCLA because they had better athletes overall, had a better offensive line and stuff, and he was like, "Look, Nico got sacked 4 times in that game, and Joey Aguilar's jersey was completely clean, other than he took off and ran a couple of times, so obviously he got tackled there. So he was completely clean. As far as stats go, Nico in the game, 11 for 22, 136 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His QBR in that game, 50.4. That was his QBR. And you saw a lot of the same things that you saw at Tennessee, where, it was inability to make decisions correctly. He would have one read, maybe a second read, and then he's either taking off or he's trying to throw the ball away, something like that. He wasn't getting his feet set, just bad decision making. The one thing that you did see in that UCLA game that you never saw at Tennessee, other than the Iowa game and the Ohio State game, was he was willing to run the ball. I mean, he had 13.
I don't know if he was willing. He had to.
Well, that's fair. But I mean, Joey Aguilar looked like the better quarterback, and he went 16 to 28 for 247 yards, 3 touchdowns in that game, and he was just poised as could be.
Yeah, I mean, you literally look like you didn't even break a sweat in the game. And no, I mean, as far as the verses, clearly, I mean, nobody has to really do a lot of research to realize that we had a better week, but it was shocking to see not just how poor Nico played, but how poor UCLA played. I mean, my goodness. You have to, when you go to a team that bad and get whooped by Utah, which Utah's not a bad team, but like,
I was going to say, you got to give complete credit to Utah. They look good.
Let's be honest, though, Utah's not a playoff. I mean, they might be this year, but they're typically they're not what you think of as a playoff team, a playoff contending team. It was, that's something, what I'm trying to get at is that something that, like, Nico would have picked up on in fall camp. Like, damn, like, excuse my language, sorry. He's going to look at fall camp and be like, these dudes are not the same. When it's that different, he would have had to have known that during fall camp is what I'm getting at. And so for him to, I I don't know. Like I said, you reap what you sow. He made the bad decisions that led him. What I hate about it is, I mean, Nico could be a cool dude personally, but like he has made so many bad decisions. It's going to waste his talent. It's insane. Because like I do think he's an NFL guy, but my goodness, is he not helping himself get there? Like not even a little bit. I don't know. I wish the best to him. He didn't do anything to me personally. In fact, he might have helped us because I'm telling you, I've never seen our offense look so free in its life than after he just left. So he might have done us a favor, honestly. And so I wish him well. But from this moment forward, you won't hear me talk or even watch UCLA or Nico again for the rest of the year, the rest of the season. It literally doesn't bother me. It's fine.
I can't say that because I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch UNLV beat UCLA on Saturday
I just don't
night.
care. I just don't care. Like that's where I'm at with it. I'm at such peace with it that it's like Josh Heupel has already proven to me that it literally doesn't matter who's in our quarterback room.
And that's the thing, he's
going to get the best out of him.
We both listen to the EA show all the time on 99.1, and I completely agree with something that Brian Rice said this past week. Josh Heupel and this offensive staff here, this quarterback room, they get the best out of every single quarterback that comes through there. I mean, you look at Hendon Hooker. We got the absolute best out of Hendon Hooker. And, you look right now what he's going through in the pros right now. He just got cut by the Lions, got picked up by the Panthers. Is that because the quote unquote system, he's just not able to do what he did in college? I don't know. But
it's Jared Goff. I mean, the dude's playing the best in his career. I mean,
exactly.
They don't need Hendon.
But you saw that Tennessee got the best that they could out of Hendon Hooker. You look at Joe Milton. Michigan wasn't going to be able to get what Tennessee got out of Joe Milton. You look and Joe Milton's playing pretty well with the Cowboys overall, but there's still things that he needs to improve upon that,
He's also behind Dak Prescott. I mean, he's like, he's not in a position to really shine either. So, yeah.
And you look at Nico, even though we could talk all day long about how he wasn't that good last year, you look at the difference between how he played at Tennessee and how he played in game one against UCLA. I mean, UCLA is not going to be able to get near what Tennessee got out of Nico, even if it wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah. I love the hate that we love to do. Catalyst Sunset says, I don't know about he's like, I don't care that you don't care. Like, I'm watching Nico struggle this year. And that's fine. You do you. I just, like when their games start at midnight, bro, like, I'm tapped out.
I do got to give a shout out to Barstool UCLA on Twitter. They said, welcome in all the Tennessee fans that hate watching Nico right now. Thanks for driving up my views.
Solid. But no, I mean, back to ETSU, Tennessee, the preview. Overall, I mean, I want to see a couple splash plays, but overall, let's rush for another 200. Let's get the folks in there that never get to play, see the field, get some experience. And let's get out of there healthy and get ready for Georgia. I mean, this is, like I said, it's a glorified scrimmage. I'm gonna bring it up. Eric Ainge, you mentioned on the show, he said, let's see some stuff that's translatable. What can we do during this game that's going to translate into the game against Georgia? What kind of plays can we run that we know is going to work against Georgia? Because at the end of the day, this film that we're going to learn this week is going to be on us. It's not going to be on anything ETSU did. It's going to be like, how did we operate the system? Or how do we execute our plays, our play calling, whatnot? Did we do our fits right on defense? Whatever. Like, that's the type of stuff that we're going to have to learn from this game right here, because the scoreboard should literally take care of itself by the end of the day.
Yep, I completely agree with you. I mean, that's what we need to see. See something that's going to translate to the Georgia game, see us get healthy, see us get some younger guys in and get experience. That's what we need to see in this game. But I am going to continue to say I want to see who our second string quarterback is.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to make some picks. So you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's move on to segment 3, and I'll give you our segment 3 sponsor. That is going to be Kaizen Painting. Do you want a colorful life? Kaizen is a painting and drywall company that provides residential, commercial, exterior, and interior services. At Kaizen Painting, we understand the importance of a beautifully painted home and properly installed and repaired drywall. We're here to bring your vision to life. We care about providing you with a personalized, efficient, and quality service. If you live in Knoxville and surroundings, contact us for a free estimate at KaizenPainting.com. Color your life the Kaizen way. So our picks last week, I will go ahead real quick.
I know I got the LSU one, baby, and I'll let you pick Clemson.
I was going to say, I'll pull up the upset pick of the week graphic just so we can see the standings. There we go. So I do have 14 just because I did get 1 point for the Toledo cover against Kentucky. But Skylar did get one more game right than I did last week, as I missed the LSU game. I missed we both missed the Alabama game.
Yeah, well, of course.
And I missed the Auburn Baylor game. The other game that you missed was Texas OSU.
Yes, so. I picked Texas.
Yeah, but overall, good week. Skylar went 14-2. I went 13-3. We got the one for the cover. So let's get right into.
What's crazy is my predictions, like SEC predictions. I picked Ohio State, but I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going with Texas. Let's do it. Let's ride. And then they, they just couldn't convert a fourth down for some reasons. I mean, it's whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's get into it this week. We're tied.
Let's get right into it. So, first game of the weekend, it is Texas going up against San Jose State. This
Longhorns.
game is at noon on ABC. Longhorns, 36.5 point favorite. Yeah. Texas is gonna win this game. I don't know if they'll cover or not.
They'll cover. See. They have to.
Here's what I will say. Everybody's talking about, is Arch a bust? No, he's not a bust. Absolutely, he is not a bust. But he did have a rough outing. But did we not, both of us, say
it was his first start against a powerful opponent?
I was going to say, especially me, but both of us said that this could be a situation similar to Nico, where all this hype is around him. Is he going to be able to live up to it?
Right.
As of week one, that answer is no. I do think that he's going to be fine. He's going to be better than Nico, but he is going to struggle a little bit here towards the beginning. So Texas is going to win this game. No problems there. Arch is going to be fine overall, but no, he's not going to win the Heisman this year.
Right on.
Next game, it is the other team in Texas, Texas A&M, going up against Utah State. This is at 12:45 on the SEC Network. A&M is a 31-point favorite in this game. Also need to write down these picks.
Yes, you do, because I'm not. But give me A&M. It's pretty easy here. Utah State, not that good. A&M, they're decent.
All right. A&M, both of us picking A&M in this ball game. Next game, this is where we've got our boys, ETSU and Tennessee. This is going to be an ESPN Plus game. It's Tennessee's one game of the year where they're on ESPN Plus. So you will have to have that subscription if you want to watch the game. But I do recommend, if you don't have ESPN Plus, go over and listen to Mike Keith and Ramon Foster.
That's right.
They're fantastic. That's what I'm going to be doing as I'm coming back from Birmingham on Saturday, is listening to that. Tennessee is going to win this game and win it no problem.
Go Vols. Easily. Come on, man. We need some meat on the bones. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait just a minute before we get to that, because the next game, it is going to be...
We're going to have to wait a little bit.
Next game is going to be our opponent for next week. It's Austin Peay.
Oh, go Peay.
Georgia. Also, no line on this one, but this is an ESPN Plus game.
Yeah. Go to Georgia.
Don't say that.
Can't do it.
Yeah,
I tried. I'd try to give him a bit of it, but I can't. Go. Yeah. Nope. See, it just doesn't work. Georgia.
Yeah, absolutely not going to pull a Pat McAfee.
Who's that coming down?
So this one might have a little bit of meat on it for you. This is Ole Miss traveling to Lexington.
I like it.
To play against Kentucky. Now, I will say this line has dropped a full point.
It sure has.
Since I put since I made the graphic this morning, as Ole Miss
is
now
dropped
8.5 point favorite,
and it's dropped 3 points since I think Monday. When I first seen this line, it was Ole Miss minus 11.5. So I think people are thinking that Kentucky's going to have something for Ole Miss, but I really liked what I seen out of Austin Simmons, the Ole Miss quarterback, and I think he's got some threats at the wide receiver position. I just don't think Kentucky does offensively. I mean, they do have Calzada at quarterback. Doesn't really change anything for me at Kentucky, because anytime they have a decent quarterback, Mark Stoops finds a way to have them playing at their worst. They may have a spark early in the year, but I do think Ole Miss gets that revenge this year.
And here's the thing: is Kentucky not turning into Iowa? Like literally, all they're going to do is run the ball. They didn't even pass for 100 yards.
I was going to say the dude didn't
Toledo.
even have like 15 pass attempts or something like that. Like he barely even threw the ball. So yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's not going to work.
Ole Miss, in my opinion, is going to win this game, and they're going to win it big, especially with this being a revenge game from last year. So Ole Miss with a win in Lexington. So next game, this is also a probably going to be a really good game. It's the border war. It's Kansas going up against Missouri. This game, 3:30 Eastern on ESPN2. Missouri, a 6.5-point favorite. I will say this. Bo Pribula kind of stood out to me.
He did.
I know that they just played against Central Arkansas, but you can find some things in games like that, and Bo Pribula is going to be just fine in Missouri. I do think that there are still some question marks around Missouri, but I do think that they get the win here at home against Kansas. But that 6.5 right there scares me. I feel like this is going to come down to the wire, like a 3-point contest. A field goal might win it, something like that. But I do think Missouri gets the win in this game.
Yeah, I do too, and I actually bet on them to cover the 6.5. I think they win by a touchdown here. But here's what I'll say: keep in mind, if Missouri were to drop this one, Kansas does have a very experienced quarterback. And
Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, and so I mean, it would not surprise me at all if they actually came out and bit the Tigers. However, the Mizzou's got to capitalize on the schedule, man. They got to win this one and carry their momentum into SEC play. But yeah, give me Missouri.
All right, so the next game, this is also a sneaky good game on the SEC network. We have USF and Alex Golish traveling to Gainesville to play against the Florida Gators. Florida is an 18-point favorite in the Swamp.
Yeah. Spoiler. This is my upset pick of the week. Give me USF to beat Florida.
Okay.
And I'm doubling down on it. Give me USF in this pick. I think Florida's fine. I think they're a good team. I just think this is a very sneaky spot where I think Florida could be overlooking USF. And I like what Alex Golish is doing down there. Give me USF. USF team, by the way, last year almost beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Or the year before last almost beat Alabama. Year before last almost beat Alabama. So, yeah, I like it. Give me USF.
Yeah, so this is a very sneaky good
game. And I like the
and
spread. I mean, even if they keep it within 2 touchdowns, I get the point. So it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. So, and I think that you'll get a point off of this because I think this is going to be a much closer game than especially what Florida would like. I do think Florida is going to get the win in this game, but this is going to be very uncomfortable for them. I can see this going into the fourth quarter being like a, 27-24 ball game, something like that. And then Florida wins by 10, maybe even 14, 13, something like that. So I feel like it's going to be very uncomfortable going into the fourth quarter that Florida slightly pulls away with, but I think the USF covers in this game. I do have the Gators winning.
I got some backup.
Ooh.
No, Florida's – so here's the thing. Florida's schedule is too hard for them to drop this game. But for that exact reason, I seriously think, especially with Billy Napier's coaching woes, I mean, he could have this team overlooking USF. I don't know if they'll be locked in for this one. So I do like you. USF is not a pushover by any means. They're going to be coming out trying to, this is our state type mentality. So yeah, I like the spot for USF, and I'm riding high with Alex Golish. Give me the Bulls, whatever you call them. I don't know.
All right, so yeah, USF over Florida. So,
and you got to respect it because I doubled down. Like it's not like I picked Florida and.
Oh yeah, and that's the way that we try to play. Is if we make a upset pick, we're also doubling down. Last week it just worked out that we ended up both doing the opposite of that. But it was
we didn't know what to expect on week 1. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, we try to do that. If we make an upset pick,
we really missed out on FSU though. I'm telling you,
we did. We absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but we do have a couple of cupcake games mixed in here after that one. So we got old Butch Jones traveling to Fayetteville to play against Arkansas.
Did you hear what he said in his presser about Arkansas this week?
I did not.
A sleeper. It was a sleeper to either win the SEC or make the college football playoff. He said Arkansas is definitely a team you got to watch out for.
Arkansas might not even go 7-5 this year.
That's what I'm saying. You talk about brown nosing for your competition this week. I tell you what, this is crazy work. But anyways, Butch Jones and the odds to become Alabama's next head coach.
What was it, like plus 2,000 odds or
Yeah,
something
I
like
think,
that?
dude. That game's in Little Rock, not Fayetteville. Thank you for the reminder there. Thank you,
Yes,
Nathan.
thank you, Nathan. Yeah.
But yeah, it's not gonna matter. Give me Arkansas.
Yeah, give me Arkansas as well.
22 and a half point or a 23 and a half point. No, it's 22 and a half right now, but
yeah, all of these lines that we put on here, this was graphics made it like 9:00 this morning. So
they
lines have
change
changed
every
since
day.
then.
Yeah, I was gonna say they change hourly. Technically, they can. So I mean,
it changes based on where the money is going.
Yep.
So if people are picking Arkansas State to cover that line,
which it sounds like they are,
yeah, they're gonna adjust it down closer to that. So yeah, I'm going to take Arkansas as well, but I think that 23 and a half, I guess 22 and a half that it's at, that might be about the number. I think it's going to be about 3 touchdowns. So could see Arkansas State cover there.
Nathan throwing some shade at us already, dude. That's crazy, man. It's good to have you.
I don't know about that one. Not this year.
I don't think you can do it 2 years. We don't have Nico to run out of bounds on the clock. He's fired.
Yeah. We got Joey Fuego now. So.
We got Swagular back there, dude. Come on.
The fireman.
We appreciate you, Nathan, man. All love. Give me South Carolina against whoever the world they're playing.
South Carolina State. Give me South Carolina as well.
No lines available because they're going to beat them by 40. So,
yeah. Next game, also another cupcake game. Louisiana Tech and LSU. Give me LSU.
Does Brian Kelly drop this one after the emotional?
No, he doesn't drop this one. He might drop it.
Aguilar. All right. Never heard that one, but that's good.
Love it. So
original.
He won't. Yeah, he won't drop this one. He might drop an SEC game that he should.
I love the coach banter between BK and Dabo, if you've not heard. But Dabo basically said, I mean, we both kind of sucked. I give Clemson a 58 if I was doing grade scale, and I give LSU like a 62 or something. He was like, we were both bad, but they were just better. And then Brian Kelly come out and said that he dominated the second half, not really sure where his grade scale came from, unless he didn't watch the second half, which he kind of added like maybe he didn't want to watch the second half because of how bad we beat him. Brother, you won by like a field goal or a touchdown. I don't know the final. I can't remember the final score, but like there was no dominant. I mean, like I don't know. I love the banter. I love it. I think it's great. I think that's what makes college football. But for Brian Kelly, I mean, you could tell Brian Kelly's feeling himself. I mean, hell, that's the first time he's won an opener.
Yeah.
Since he's been at Notre Dame. So, no, LSU wins this one.
Yeah. Here's what I will say about LSU. They're going to win this ball game. But I will say that LSU's defense is for real, man. They will probably have a better season this year than what I gave in my predictions because of that defense. Now, I've still got a lot of questions about their offense. I still don't think Nussmeier is that guy.
He's not. Same with Cade Klubnik now. I really expected better out of Cade Klubnik.
I did as well.
Was not impressed.
I mean, we all thought that. I mean, that was one of Jake's picks last week that unfortunately lost. But, I mean, you ended up picking LSU. That was because you literally took the opposite of what I did. And so if I picked LSU, you were going to take Clemson.
Yep.
So, I mean.
And the game played out that way, honestly. Like, I mean, they were pretty even the whole game. So, I mean, it was pretty much.
But did you not also feel like that Clemson should have won that game?
I didn't watch it.
Going into it, did you not feel like Clemson should have won?
Yeah, I mean, but I also knew that, like, I mean, it was only a matter of time for LSU to win their opener. I mean, shoot fire, they couldn't just keep losing them. But no, they got it flipped around, and this will definitely be a win for the Tigers. For the Bayou Bengals.
I agree with you there. So next game on the schedule, this is going to be a little bit bigger game as Arizona State traveling to Starkville to play against Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a 6.5-point home dog.
Mm-hmm.
Can Mississippi State get it done? I'll go first on this one. I know you've gone first on quite a few of them so far. I like Kenny Dillingham. at Arizona State, and they're coming off a college football playoff appearance. Obviously, you don't have Scattaboo anymore, but you do still have that young quarterback. I'm pulling up his name right now because I cannot. Sam Levitt at quarterback. He's really impressive. And I just think that Arizona State has got a little bit more in the tank than Mississippi State does. But this would be huge for Mississippi State if they could pick up a win at home here going forward on their schedule. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think the Arizona State wins, and they win by around 10. So I think that they cover the spread.
Give me a Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Yeah, I think I like what I've seen out of their quarterback. Obviously, their offense isn't super explosive, but if this is a game where it kind of gets muddy in the trenches and you're going into halftime and it's only like 7-0 or 7-3 or 10-7, whatever, I think that plays into Mississippi State's hands. I think that gets a crowd into it for 4 quarters, and those cowbells are going to be going crazy. So give me Mississippi State in this game, and I mean, I think what a program. We call these swing games, and how is their season now for Mississippi State? I still don't think they're going to be a great year, but this could help it from being the absolute floor. So, I mean, hopefully build a little bit of momentum going into SEC play. I think they get a big win over Arizona State.
That would definitely be huge for them. So next game, this game is going to be on ABC. It is Michigan traveling to Norman to play against the Sooners.
I love this matchup so much. So many reasons I love this matchup.
Yeah. Oklahoma is a 4.5-point favorite in this game. What are some of the reasons you like this matchup?
I like this matchup because defense. I think both of these teams prioritize defense. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't like the total being 46. I think probably a safe bet to be the under, but I'm not Jake, so I'm not going to tell you what to do here. But, I mean, I could absolutely see that. And I'm going to pick Oklahoma to win, but I see this being like a 21-17 victory for Oklahoma.
Yeah, I want to pick different from you on this one. I really do. But
I wanted to go first for that reason.
I think in this one
I did it
here,
last game, dude. Come on, pull the trigger. Let's go.
Yeah. This one I'm not going to. I think I've got another game here in just a minute
right,
that I will pick different from you. But here's what I like for Oklahoma. I like the experience that oh crap, I'm blanking on his name now. That John Mateer. Yes, I like the experience that he brings into this game. And Michigan has got
wide receivers, by the way. I mean, Oklahoma had 18 hurt wide receivers last year. They look good this year so far, and they look to be healthy. So yeah, I can go ahead and continue at the point, but he's also got help to continue that point. John Mateer is not just on an island by himself. He's actually got some weapons around him.
Yeah, he does. Now, I do think Bryce Underwood is going to be fine for Michigan, but I do think the experience that Mateer brings in is going to help a lot. Michigan does have a very good running back, though.
He's going to need to work because I'm telling you, I think Oklahoma is going to confuse Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I am going to take Oklahoma in this one. I hate picking this one the same as you, but it's just the way that I feel this game is going to go. Oklahoma ends up beating
Best bet,
Michigan.
Jake? Oh, no, I'm joking. Don't do it.
All right, next contest. This should be a pretty easy one. It is
Alabama.
Ball State going up against Auburn. That one's coming. Ball State going up against Auburn. Auburn a 42.5-point favorite. Auburn wins this game, and they impressed in that.
How
Baylor
in the world
game.
is this game on ESPNU? Whatever. Give me Auburn. Jackson Arnold, by the way, as advertised so far.
Yeah, in that Baylor game, he was. Defense looked pretty good. And I've been talking all offseason about the wide receivers. The offseason drama that was going on with Hugh Freeze made me wonder if they were going to be locked in.
Right.
But they looked pretty locked in that Baylor game. So
I'll tell you what's not locked in is his recruiting class. They're like 70th in the country right now. I'm exaggerating that. But yeah, I mean, as long as they're playing good on the field, the recruiting class is going to help itself.
Yeah. But, Tennessee getting a flip this past week from Auburn.
We also lost one. I mean, it giveth and it taketh. Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Absolutely. So, next game, sneaky good game. Vanderbilt going up against Virginia Tech.
I like
this is, as far as the spread goes, this is the best game of the weekend.
It's a pick 'em.
Vanderbilt is literally a 1-point underdog. The money line there you see.
Yep. So, VT gets the 3 points there for being at home. Is this the one that you're going to pick the opposite of me?
Probably.
All right. I'm gonna do it as a hater. Give me Virginia Tech.
All right. So
I think Vanderbilt's gonna win, but I don't want them to. So I'm going with Virginia Tech.
So I was ready to make an argument either direction. Here's what I'll say about Virginia Tech. I thought that coming into it, especially after last year,
The way they played
Virginia
South
Tech was going to be bad. But yes, you mentioned it. The way they played South Carolina
is promising.
Yeah. And they moved the ball on South Carolina. South Carolina,
good.
yeah. Yeah, South Carolina's defense is pretty good, and Virginia Tech moved the ball on them. When they got to South Carolina's side of the field, they couldn't do anything with it. I think at one point in the contest, they showed a stat that Virginia Tech's quarterback,
Rhonda's with me. Let's go. Let's ride, Rhonda. Let's go.
I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. Let me get that pulled up real quick. Kyron Drones. I think at one point in that South Carolina game, it showed a stat that he was 1 for 12 passing on South Carolina's side of the field.
That's small. That's so bad.
It's bad.
And yet they were literally in position to win the game until South Carolina. I don't know if it was a punt return or something that put them away.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like it wasn't like they got blown out of the water. I think it was like 24-11. It was a weird score.
Yeah.
But yeah, Virginia Tech getting a safety in that game, I think. And
they did.
I like the defense. I like it. If they could hold in Lenore Sellers that well, Diego Pavia is not better than Lenore Sellers. So give me VT.
Yeah, so I am going to take Vanderbilt in this one, although I did see some good things out of Virginia Tech.
I'm not going to read that comment, but
that's
love
fair.
it. I love it. He basically
so no, I do think in this one Diego Pavia is going to be fine. You also got Alexander, the running back. He actually had more yards than Diego Pavia did last week on the ground. So, I mean, that's a positive sign for Vanderbilt.
Right. I'm interested to see how the tight end for Vanderbilt plays. I mean, he's going to need to be that dude for Pavia, giving him a weapon to beat Virginia Tech. But overall, this is a great matchup. A really fun game to watch, in my opinion, for the nightcap.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Unless you're staying up to watch UCLA. I don't know.
Actually, that game is at 8 Eastern. So I mean, it's coming on like 30 minutes after this because they're playing in Las Vegas.
Well, okay, 1 hour better. So
yeah. So last game of the evening, ULM going up against Alabama. Alabama is a 36-point favorite in this contest.
Do you think the players had to tuck in their shirts this week?
Probably not, because there's no discipline there.
There is no discipline there. And for that reason, I'm going to take Alabama to win the game. So,
and for that reason, I'm taking UL Monroe. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I was waiting for it. No, Alabama's going to win, and they're going to cover. They have to cover because if they don't, there's literally betting odds to replace Kalen DeBoer already.
Yes.
And isn't it such a great feeling to be on the other side of it? Like, my goodness, man. And I feel bad for it, but like I don't know. He is definitely – he's got to be careful because he's going to lose the locker room. And if he does that this early in the season, Alabama's in for a long, long season. So Kalen DeBoer's got a lot on his hands. You can kind of see it and read it in his press conferences. But he's trying to win that locker room back over, get him to buy in. I mean, technically, any goal that they have set out in the season, they can still go achieve. They lost a non-conference game. Ultimately, not a big deal. And the committee did them a crap ton of a favor by basically pumping Florida State up to 13th in the country after that win. So now they can at least look at it and be like, well, we lost to a really highly ranked team. But I mean, overall, Alabama's got a lot more to correct and fix if they even want to worry about being in the playoff conversation again. And I think it starts right here with ULM. They get a big win.
Yeah. So here's what I will say. Alabama's going to win this game, but I don't know if they cover. And I know you cannot take a lot away from ULM's first game. They put against St. Francis. That's an FCS team. But, Alabama's going to pass the ball better than St. Francis did. St. Francis only passed for 50 yards in that game. UL Monroe won the game 29-0. Alabama's going to pass better than that. But as far as the run game went, UL Monroe held St. Francis to 81 yards rushing in that game. Alabama is going to be a little bit better in the run game. So I do think that we're going to see UL Monroe tested for sure. But UL Monroe against St. Francis rushed for 311 yards. And I think that they're going to have success on the ground.
You mean to tell me that if they're more physical in the front than Alabama, which is kind of possible here,
was gonna say, I think UL Monroe can have success. Now, I do not see them winning the game.
No, you don't. You're just saying that they can be within 35 points. Yeah.
Yes, I think that they will keep it within there. In which case, you already mentioned it. There's going to be a lot more questions than there already is at Alabama.
If Alabama looks sloppy in this game after they lost last week, oh my goodness. No, but to Rhonda's point, did UL Monroe not beat Nick Saban in his first year?
Yes, in his first year, that was the only time that he lost to a group of 5 opponent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And what about this stat? So Nick Saban, in his entire career as a coach at Alabama,
after that game, they were pretty much ranked for the rest of his career.
yeah, but in his entire career as a head coach at Alabama, he lost 4 games to an unranked opponent.
Yeah, like 200 games or something. He only lost 4 to unranked opponents.
Kalen DeBoer has now lost to, is it 5 now, or is it just now at 4?
It's just now at 4, but he's now
in his first 14 games.
In his last 9 Power 4 games.
He's 4-5, is he not?
He's got a losing record. This is also the first time Alabama's been below 500. Now, albeit it's first game, so I mean, whatever. But it's the first time Alabama's been below 500 since 2007. So, Austin chimes in, man. He said DeBoer's demeanor on the sidelines is what's pissing off their fans. They are used to Saban working himself into an aneurysm on a bad play. DeBoer looks like he doesn't care.
And
yeah, I mean, but that's the problem, though, is everybody coaches different. And they can't expect DeBoer to be Saban. And this is why I was afraid of any coach taking this job, because they are going to expect Saban out of whoever they hired.
We both said on this program after Saban decided to retire that whoever got that job, unless it was Kirby Smart, and I might throw in Dan Lanning. No, Dan Lanning. If anybody else got that job, they were going to be fired within the first 3 years because they weren't going to be able to live up to Nick Saban's expectations.
Alabama's going to lose and be ranked number 1 starting week 3. No, what they're going to do is they're going to lose competitively and still be 1 spot above Tennessee. That's how that's going to work.
That's exactly right.
No, I agree, but no, I mean, Alabama gets the win here.
Yeah, I also pick Alabama to win. So last
what
thing,
is your upset of the? It's now time your upset pick of the week. You've already know mine. I have chosen Florida to lose to USF, and I have backed that up by making that my actual pick. So I've got USF and Alex Golish doing the unthinkable here. Even though I think it's really it's a bad spot for Florida. I think they could overlook USF here, and man, I could look really stupid. And I'm fine with that. I look stupid all the time, so it's fine. Michael, what's your upset pick of the week?
I mean, we decided to come on a podcast. We say a lot of things that
go
get
on
hate. We also are right about things a lot of times that people give us hate for.
But those don't go get, those don't get clips, my man. We got to get clicks, and to get clicks, we just got to look stupid. So by God, give me USF, all right?
Yeah, absolutely. So with my pick, I'm going to give a little bit of a tease here. I'm actually going against one of Jake's picks here. And I'm going to pick Charlotte to upset North Carolina at home. Charlotte is a 13.5-point underdog. Now, I will say, they did not look very good against App State. 34-11, they ended up getting beat against App State in their season opener at home. But what did North Carolina do against TCU?
Hey, if you cut that film off after about 3 minutes of that football game, North Carolina looked freaking unstoppable, dude. They went down, scored, and made it look easy, and then they got a 3-and-out on defense, and I was like, dang, Bill Belichick got the team rolling. And then you really need to cut the TV off. That's about it. That's all you need to say. It was just so bad, dude. I don't know. North Carolina is pretty wild.
So do you want to know a fun fact about that TCU North Carolina game? So the score at one point in that game was 48-7, which is exactly how old Bill Belichick was whenever his girlfriend was 7 years old.
Jade has chimed in and doing the upset pick of the week with us, and she said, surprise, surprise, ULM over Bama. I mean, just talking about kicking a horse while it's down. I tell you what, my goodness, I like it, though. I mean, dude, he doesn't get a bus out. If that happens, he doesn't get a ride back home.
Yeah, I agree with you. But
He
no,
doesn't. I mean,
but
he's lucky that he'll be in Tuscaloosa, but like he doesn't get a ride back. He'll have to Uber, 100%.
Yeah, he will. But yeah, so Skylar's pick, it is USF over Florida. My pick, it is Charlotte over North Carolina. And that is how we do upset pick of the week. So let's get into the other segment here.
The fun segment.
Jake is ready to kill me with my pick. But let's bring on Mr. Jake Arnold. Let's see, got to add him to the scene here.
He is. Hello, are you there? Anybody home? We can hear you, but brother, your audio is not your video, and we need to see your beautiful face wearing that god awful hat. What is that?
There we go.
Thank you. You
There
know,
we go.
there's a reason why I'm wearing this, fellas. It's because I'm cold. I mean, I had a losing record. I went 2-3.
Fair
What's
enough.
going on? I mean, it's Antarctica over here.
Fair enough.
Guys,
Fair
I got to go back. You know, we're going to recap last week a little bit. Here's the problem. I look back.
Break it down from a fundamental standpoint. All right, let's.
Notre Dame, 3 points. 3 points away from going into overtime. You know, I had a soundbite. Love and price. I'm loving the price. I mean, I thought that absolutely, just putting that out into the atmosphere would get us the win. Miami, I did not expect Carson Beck to be able to efficiently move the ball the way he did. Their defense got a lot better. Really shocked by how good they were. Auburn, obviously easy money. I try to tell y'all, anybody with the last name Arnold knows how to get it done. I think he's the leading rusher in the SEC right now. So
listen to this big head after he went 2-3 last week. I mean,
my man.
Yeah.
My man.
So you know, it's their Texas money line against Ohio State. I'm going to just give props to Ohio State.
Their defense was insane.
Their defense is absolutely insane.
It's nasty.
And what did I tell you about Carnell Tate?
I didn't want it to be true because,
but honestly, he had the one big play, yes. But like,
yeah, he did,
dude. Honestly, Texas defense, I felt like outplayed Ohio State's defense.
I agree.
That just one play, man. It's tough.
I mean, again, that's why this game sucks.
Cousin Eddie, bro.
I love this segment because of his fan base comes in and just roasts him. I mean, look at Maverick's comment here.
Let's see. What did he say? Look like more 60-40 wide splits versus regular splits. I see Tennessee being a shootout team. Tennessee wasn't a shootout team. And whatever his name is, and Agnelli for Syracuse got so lucky converting every third and hero ball that was imaginable. Granted, that's a very improved team without Kyle McCord. I think that they improved in almost every position outside of quarterback. I think it was almost lateral, a little bit of a
Their running back was pretty good. I'll give them that.
And that kind of goes into it. Now, again, LSU, my gosh. Take that. Guys, I'm cold. Okay. You know, you might, if you want to fade all my bets and see how it goes, it's fine. But at the end of the day, until I'm hot, I might show. If I go 4-1, I'm showing up in a tank top next week.
I was going to say, right now, if you're fading all the bets, you're actually winning.
Yeah.
We need to get you hot first before we worry about the sunscreen. All right, let's go.
So regardless, I mean, we did good. Syracuse versus Tennessee. A lot of people faded that bet. I think it goes to show kind of what Tennessee's about. Going back to Maverick, aka another guy that is, I don't even want to talk about him. Tennessee is doing what they need to do. They haven't really gone away from their roots, but they definitely know how to adjust accordingly. I think Aguilar is a great operator within the system. Defensively, I know we allowed, I think, 26 points. Again, a lot of that was just due to some hero ball from the quarterback from Syracuse, and them honestly having a decent run offense. I was fairly impressed with the complementary football they were able to play. Going into the picks, guys, I'm excited about this one. I think I have a better grasp. So,
brought to you by Action 247, by the way.
Absolutely. Once again, shout out Action 247, guys. I mean, y'all are making this happen.
Promo code, by the way, we need it on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Throw it up, but it's Vols Fanatics, correct?
That's right.
Vols Fanatics.
Vol Fanatics doesn't have
it's singular. Vol Fanatics.
Correct, because we're a team. It's one.
That's
one
right.
Team.
That's right.
Vol Fanatics.
That's
guys,
right.
Going to week 1 or week 2, I think we're going to kind of translate from week 1. I got UConn at Syracuse -6.5. This one, to me, a lot of people like what UConn did last year. They were really productive and they're returning a lot of starters. So the thing about it is they lost 4 offensive linemen, and Fran Brown really does know how to cook up a defense. We got very hot. We executed at a high level. I don't know if you saw, but our PFF grade was the highest since 2016 versus Kentucky on offense. So we played a high level of offense to score as many points.
Yeah, I don't know if we
did.
punted, honestly.
I think if we did, it was once.
I think we did. I think it may have been twice, actually, because I do remember now the rugby style punt. So, but yes, I mean, it was very, very seldom. I mean, we moved the ball.
You send Willis. I mean, he had 91 yards against us against a very, very good defensive line. I hate when we have. I'm guilty of it. I'm a box score warrior. I love stats, but when you watch body of work, you're going to see exactly what goes on. Willis can get it done. At the end of the day, Heupel has leaned on the fact that if we can run the ball, we're going to be successful. It's happened every year. Most any team that you see at a high level, Georgia, Texas, I mean, Ohio State, all these guys, Ohio State had a stable of backs that won them the national championship off the run, but that opened up their pass. So, UConn, I don't think they're a bad team. I just think it's going to be very difficult for them to get kind of a key. They played CCSU. I didn't even really have to look at the team because it was a nobody. They've not beaten Syracuse for 5 straight years. So again, this is one of those things where I think that it's going to be easy to rely on the run. It's going to be easy to throw to number 5 for Syracuse. It's a no-brainer. This one I'm very high on. I really, really am excited about that one. Next one, I mean, again, going back, Chad, if our DBs can limit the big chunk plays, I think it's easy for us to limit guys to less than 20 points every single week, and I think we will. I mean, obviously, I don't think we'll bat 1,000 on that. But again, I mean, there's a lot that we have to kind of kink out. I mean, there's so much when it comes to pattern recognition. A guy like Fran Brown, he's a cornerbacks coach. He knows exactly what he's doing to expose it. I mean, you got to think defense is reactive. So I think that we'll be in a fine spot moving forward, especially getting good reps and messing up. You got to fail to succeed. So second one, Ohio at West Virginia. This one's a little odd. I was absolutely shocked that West Virginia opened up as a 3.5 point favorite, not higher.
Jump on it quick.
Say it again.
Jump on it quick.
Oh, it'll move. It's going to. Schematically, this is a high level thing. What Ohio does is they run a 3-4, and it's a true 3-4. They're running linebackers. They're not really dropping guys down as much as you'd like. Navarro is very similar to the West Virginia quarterback. Very dual threat guy. West Virginia had 400 rushing yards last week. They know how to run the daggum rock. And I think with a 3-4, with a quarterback who's mobile, causes so many problems. And again, it's just the talent disparity. You're looking at a West Virginia team that just is going to have more assets than Ohio. Ohio also allowed 4.2 yards per run against Rutgers. Granted, Rutgers has got an all-conference running back. Again, it's just Rutgers is a low-tier team. West Virginia, in my opinion, is better. I don't see this being anywhere close. Now, the only thing that's scary about this one, Navarro for Ohio, the quarterback, he can do the exact same thing. He can bust you up for a run. Again, I think that this will be super easy for people to understand and beat. So West Virginia minus 3.5 is an easy one. Michael, I hate you. I just want to say that. My third pick, you just fade that hard. UNC at Charlotte minus 13.5. Is that line moved yet? Are we at minus 20?
It's still at 13.5.
Man, these guys are just giving out free money.
Right.
Charlotte allowed 412 total yards against App State without Joey Aguilar.
Do you know who App State's quarterback is?
I don't care.
It's AJ Swan. They used to be at Vanderbilt.
Oh, my gosh. Are you serious?
Dude wasn't bad at Vanderbilt. He just didn't have a team around him.
Well, you know who's not bad? TCU in number 7. That dude with dreads. I mean, he could have got 300 yards receiving. I watched that entire game because I'm like you, Michael. I'm a UCLA hater. Sorry, I'm thinking the wrong game. I was watching Bill Belichick. Watching that all night. Only game on. That guy is a dude. Number 7 is a dude. It takes one guy to do something like that, just like for Syracuse. They had that number 5. They just throw it to him and throw it to him and throw it to him.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to interrupt the show.
What's going on?
We just got a bold take here.
God, I hope so, Chad.
God, me too, dude.
Chad,
I might actually.
If we do
Get
that, we're
drunk
going
on
undefeated.
Saturday.
We're going undefeated into Oklahoma. I mean, that's how I'm feeling if we beat Georgia.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I'm so fine with it.
Charlotte's quarterback had a 50% pass rate. Okay, he couldn't complete the ball. Again, there's just too many problems for Charlotte. I know it's at home. It's at Charlotte. I don't think they've ever beaten a team at home that's a Power 5 team, or Power 4 team. This isn't going to happen, and this is probably, in my opinion, where Bill Belichick locks in. I mean, you got to think, when you get beat that bad, you're going to go to UNC to get coached by Bill Belichick. You're looking to improve. It's not like you're going for the brand of UNC for football. I think that UNC will get better and better week in and week out. I think that that's probably the lowest point we'll see them. That was 42 unanswered points after the first opening drive. And truthfully, I think if UNC starts Max Johnson, I think that there's going to be a problem, because that guy is a baller. He's a gamer. He knows how to play. There's just a lot here that I like for UNC to bounce back and get a big win.
So did y'all hear about UNC's new quarterback that's coming in next week?
Oh, is it
he's a transfer quarterback. He's got his last year of eligibility. His name is Bob Trady.
Golly. I already transferred from Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan.
Yeah.
I heard his last year playing at Michigan was 1997.
Well, these new lawsuits, anybody's eligible. So I mean,
yeah, exactly. so they might improve, but other than that, oldest
quarterback.
Oldest quarterback with the oldest head coach. Something like that.
Austin, I'm not going this bold because, honestly, I could actually see it happening.
Austin, I might be with you with just this hat on.
But I might would do it with you.
Listen,
I'm just saying that. I might would do it.
Listen, we might get completely struck, our channel taken down and all that, but if Jake Arnold goes streaking with just that hat on after we beat Georgia,
we gotta have a blurred video of it.
I will show the video on the podcast.
We gotta blur it.
We lose on the podcast. We went on TikTok viral ship.
That's fine.
It's that easy.
It's fine.
I'm not sorry to everybody.
Anyways, but we would blur it for sure. Anyways.
Bite my tongue. Guys, number four. We're not even
is that what we're doing? Yeah, we're still doing picks.
Yeah, we're still doing picks.
Sorry.
Illinois at Duke. -3 for Illinois. Give me a break.
Brett Bielema's got it cooking right there. I mean, against non-conference opponent. Duke's obviously lost their head coach to Texas A&M.
Mike Elko.
I don't think Duke's a bad team. I just think Illinois right now is just ahead. I think they're ahead of where Duke's at.
Illinois brings back 14 returning starters on both sides of the ball. That's a huge deal. And
they are at Duke.
But, I mean, my gosh, what are you going to do? Play against a bunch of doctors on call? I mean, half the stadium's going to be gone.
I mean, ask Clemson how that goes. 2 years ago. I mean, look, I'm just saying,
the Duke has Mensa. Mensa, the quarterback over there, he's pretty dynamic.
Yeah.
The problem is Illinois' last season, and it's starting to translate just from the box score. I saw a lot of disruptive plays, and for people who don't know what that is, it's a lot of pressures, sacks, tackles for loss, just basically stuff that's going to put you behind the down and distance. Duke is going to rely heavily on the pass. That's what they did last week. It was okay. But again, I just don't think that they're going to be able to play behind the sticks consistently. That's almost impossible for any team to do. That's exactly the philosophy Tennessee has. They're going to try to really bring it heavy on first, second down, try to get you behind the sticks, and then play what we hate to hear, but the bend don't break. It works. I really do think that this team's probably going to win by 10 plus. Illinois has got a great quarterback, a guy I recruited personally in Luke Altmaier. He's out of Starkville, Mississippi. So when I was at East Mississippi, we were hoping to get him. Goes to Ole Miss. Truthfully, didn't think much about him, but the kid's grown up story. He is a guy who's always been underrated. So I expect him to have a big game. I think he feels somewhat disrespected with the spread. I know that the guys at Starkville got gamers out there. So I'm going to take Illinois all day. I think that's an easy pick. So obviously, that's a give me to me. I think that one's the most confident one I have out of all of them, just to give you a little tidbit. Maybe out of let's see. Golly, well, that's fine.
I ain't showing that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But again, Ole Miss -8.5 at Kentucky.
Dude, Ole Miss is winning by at least 3 touchdowns.
By 100, as many as they
I
please.
mean, literally, like, my betting line on this would be like 20.5.
Dude, Ole Miss passed for 400 yards.
Dude, their quarterback looks good. Like, I hate to break it to you. It's Lane Kiffin's team, but I'm telling you, unless they crap the bet, well, they're not going to because they did that last year, right?
No.
Like, there's no way this happens again. Ole Miss is going to win by a lot. I like this pick.
Yeah, they held Georgia State to 70 yards passing. That is, it is absurd. You know, the Saban ideology was, if you can hold a team under 100 yards rushing and under 150 yards passing, you've had a good game. We'll cut that in half. It's crazy. This guy right here, the troll. Okay.
No. We
Got
gotta pull up the other comment.
No.
Funny story. First HR meeting in coaching at East Mississippi. The guy likes to just crap post on athletics pages. So great stuff here. By butt toucher, I hope you mean that I'm patting guys on the butt after a good game when I go 4-1, 5-0 this week, because I expect some applause after this. Nathaniel, I'm still looking for you. I'll talk to your parents.
You're getting
later.
love, man. We're getting love. Austin says he loves it. Chad says something interesting, and I don't know if I agree with it, but he said Ole Miss gets treated like Tennessee does. And I'm going to respectfully disagree because Lane Kiffin, so far, to this point, still gets benefit of the doubt over Josh Heupel. And I honestly feel like Josh Heupel, to this point, has done more for Tennessee than Ole Miss than Lane Kiffin has done for Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is if you look at it from like an aerial view, you're always going to think to yourself, well, Ole Miss is just that one step away from being a good program. Tennessee's in the same boat. I mean, let's just be honest.
Very, very similar.
So, it's one of those things.
Let's
get sidetracked. Austin, great call.
That's what I'm talking about, big dog.
Use
that promo code. Come on.
And just for that, I got a bonus pick in here too, because y'all started getting me fired up about a pick. But we'll talk about it in a minute.
Tennessee to cover 38.5. Let's go. No, I'm joking.
Guys, Ole Miss ran for 300. Georgia State had 5.5 yards per carry, which is the only concerning stat against Ole Miss. But they had, I think, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 explosive run plays. I saw one for 49. I saw another one for 36. Man, that adds up. It adds up. And it happens if you're really trying to test in the third, fourth quarter what kind of stunts you can bring, you're just going to miss it. Kentucky, they threw for 85 yards against Toledo.
A true Mark Stoops ran football team. He does better with a wide receiver at quarterback than he does a quarterback at quarterback.
He'd do better as a tackle at quarterback at this point,
because
at least you can direct snap it. They're just going to run the ball all day, man. It's so bad. What is going on here? I mean, they don't even have a pool in Scuba. Yeah, because I chewed them out, okay? This is unreal. I didn't expect it to go this way, but that's fine. That's fine. I can take the heat, guys. This is what
happens whenever you come on a podcast.
For anybody listening on Spotify after the show live, I just encourage you to skip to the 1 hour and 37-minute mark and just read some of these comments on YouTube, man. It's great. All right.
I'm getting killed out.
We got to lock in. We got to finish this thing out. Let's go.
Easy. Kentucky ran for 220 yards, guys. One rush was 80 yards. One rush.
If it wasn't
lock in. We gotta mute the comments, bro.
Yeah.
Locked in.
Look, if it wasn't for Toledo getting down 10-2 to start the game, it was 14-14 the rest of the way because the final score was, what was it, 24-16?
Yeah, I think it was low.
Yeah, it was 8 point. It was an 8 point loss or
one
win
possession
for Kentucky. I mean, I can't believe Kentucky looks so pedestrian. Like I know Kentucky's not a good team. I've been saying that literally since January that I'm like, Kentucky's so bad. But like, I didn't expect them to actually look so bad. Like I don't know. I thought Mark Stoops would have a little bit more to coach for. Maybe Toledo's just a little bit better. I'm giving them credit for. But man, Kentucky does not look like they've improved much at all this year.
Yeah, and Toledo threw for almost 300 yards. I mean, it was disgusting. I think that Kentucky is going to get absolutely mauled here. There's just no question on it.
Can I go ahead and make a prediction that Tennessee is going to win by at least 28 against Kentucky? At least.
But I mean, that's like beating
interim head coach. Want me to beat him?
That'll be whenever Vanderbilt beats them.
I hope
Okay.
not. I'd love to have Stoops, man.
I
mean,
agree.
it's the Walking Dead. I mean, that's there's no question on that.
Between Stoops and DeBoer, I hope that they both get extended for like 10 years.
Oh my gosh, it'd be a dream come true. My bonus pick is something that is absolutely interesting to me because y'all were talking about Michigan at Oklahoma. Y'all failed to mention one key point. This is going to be Underwood's first true road start as a true freshman. And Oklahoma is not an easy place to play.
I didn't necessarily mention it like that, but I did say that he's going to have a hard time against Oklahoma's defense.
He's going to have a hard time. And Mateer's the real deal, man. I mean, to me, that's outside of Georgia and Florida. Oklahoma is almost right up there. We'll know more in the next 2 weeks. I think you'll know, honestly, after Michigan, kind of how Mateer produces if they have some complimentary guys. I just don't see Oklahoma skipping a beat. So it's going to be.
It won't be an upset, Chad. OU is favored by 4.5 points.
OU's favored.
So, but I do think OU gets it done.
I didn't know who was favored. I just knew that was going to be a close line.
Oklahoma favored by 4.5. So you basically they're looking at the teams as Oklahoma's about 1.5 better, but they always give the home team 3 points in these lines. So, no, I do think Oklahoma gets it done. Is that your bonus bet? Is that your bonus best bet?
Yeah.
I talked you into it when I kind of winked at you. I was like, hey, bonus bet here? Like,
I want to throw it in there. It just makes too much sense.
6 picks of the week here. 6
picks. Absolutely.
I only a lot like $25, dude. You can't do this. Now I got to bet like $4 a game. That's garbage.
But no, guys, make sure you
bet responsibly.
Bet responsibly. But if you do bets, make sure you use Action 247 and use our promo code Vol Fanatics.
And I lost $5 last week because we went freaking. So like I don't even have money to bet on all these, bro. Like, it's garbage. It's fine.
No, but make sure that it is. If you do want to do the sports gambling here, you do have to be 21 and older. This sportsbook, Action 247, it is in Tennessee only.
Bet in Tennessee, Action 247 local out of Nashville, man. Do it. Yes. These guys are great. Get the app and bet, man. I mean, it's great. It's cool to have people right here in state that want to get involved, and the fact that they give back to us as far as I mean, we got some merch coming in. Obviously, they support our show. They've given us a promo code to let folks on. I think you get so much, bonus bets when you use the promo code. I'm not really sure. I already had the account when we got it. I don't know, but use it. Let me know what y'all think. Follow along with us, and Jay's going to bounce back, man. I mean, we did go 2-3 last week, but we're going to bounce back like Drake.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I do believe that last week there wasn't a profit boost like what we talked about. We are talking Action 247. I think that could be something that's going to be coming up. I think they just wanted to see how this was going to work out at the start of the season. See kind of what the action would be on that exactly. But I mean, be prepared for some of the stuff coming up because they have told us that this promo code, we're not just going to be doing stuff for new customers. If you keep betting with their app as well, then it could be something that going forward, the existing customers will also get stuff with promo codes. But if you do have a gambling problem, make sure that you do call 1-800-89-9789. And it looks like that we will have to go back to the comment section to start reading some of this because I think Jake is getting roasted over here.
Yep, it's great. But no, to your point, if the more of you guys that are watching, even if it's just for a few bets, if y'all could use that promo code, let them know that we are getting the word out to them. I mean, the deal's only gonna get sweeter the more we use it. So be sure to use that promo code, log in, do your thing, and follow along with us.
Yeah.
And I'm going to mute myself again if I keep reading these comments, bro.
So let's see. Jake, boy, I need to look at these first before I actually put them on the screen.
This one is funny, dude. This is actually funny. I don't know why it's funny, but I mean, it's good. We're not raping. We're rapping with Jake, bro. Come on. Yeah. Let's go. We're rapping.
This is bringing some dark memories for me.
It's all good. It's all good. We got to wrap this show up, man. It's been a long one. We're an hour 45 into this thing. We've got an awesome weekend full of football once again. I think Dallas is actually beating the Eagles, so I'm kind of giddy because I bet Dallas money line, which was like plus 300. So like, let's go. But no, I mean, is there anything you guys have to close out the show tonight?
Yeah, we only talk college football on the show, so you know.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm a degenerate gambler, so I'm kind of, I don't know. I put like 49 cents on Dallas to win $3, and I was like, all right, let's do it.
High roller.
I'm telling you, bro.
Exactly. Yeah,
It was like the rest of my balance, bro. I was like, screw it, I'm betting on something. Like,
yeah, we're not professional gamblers, so we're not putting up our house or anything. So.
No, $5 a bet usually for college football.
Yeah,
but
and
I had that leftover balance, because I lost money last week.
And make sure that you are betting responsibly. We didn't mention it earlier with the gambling problem there. Make sure you do bet responsibly. Do not bet money that you don't have, because you will end up losing money overall. You could get into debt as well. So only bet money that you can afford to lose. Or
don't convince yourself to put it on the credit card to get points. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
That's a new one.
It doesn't work like it. You won't get the points, and they won't even allow credit cards. So don't even.
I was gonna say. I believe in the state of Tennessee they don't even allow credit cards.
But Austin, this was a great show. It was a great show because you were here, big dog. We appreciate you having. Put 10,000 on Coach Buddy every coach.
All right.
Work with offshore
all right, dude. We got to lock in. All right, let's wrap it up, man.
Yeah, Jake, we do appreciate you coming on. Looking forward to a 5-0 week this week. That way we can heat up going into next week. So appreciate you coming on, my guy.
Appreciate it.
Let's get it.
All right, so Skylar,
what a segment and what a fan base.
That's great. Absolutely. It's funny how we're somewhere around 12, 13 viewers most of the show, and then all of a sudden Jake comes on. It's like boom, 20 people on the show, and it's just everybody roasting Jake.
It's nonstop, dude. Like it's not even like one. It's not even like one dig, and it's like okay, that was funny, but moving on. No, they keep it going. Like I love it. I love it. Yeah. But Michael, we got an awesome weekend ahead. We are tight in the standings, as it seems to always work out that way. Look at this man. Look at this man showing us some love, even though he was giving our guy crap the whole time. Great show, man. We appreciate you again. It was great because you guys were here and made it that way. It has nothing to do with us. We're going to be here talking ball regardless, but what makes the show great is you guys watching and commenting and letting us know that you're here and hanging out with us. So we appreciate it. But from the folks here on Vol Fanatics Show, we're here, we're live, and I cannot wait to tune in next week. And we're 2-0, and God forbid Alabama be 0-2. That would be awesome, dude. That would be awesome.
We might have to have a segment just where we're taking comments about Alabama if that happens.
Yeah, we might have to recap the Alabama game, not our game. Like that would be awesome.
Yeah, we might have to go ahead and just light that cigar early. So.
Man, come on, roasting and raking with Jake. I like it. Roasting. We don't even say roasting with Jake because we're just roasting Jake. I feel like that's what we're doing. But
all right, on next week's episode of Roasting Jake.
Anyways, man, Michael, you got anything in closing? Let's wrap this thing up, big dog.
No, let's have another great week of college football this weekend. Once again, if you do want to catch the Tennessee game on TV, you will have to have the ESPN Plus subscription. Otherwise, I do recommend going over and listening to Mike Keith, listening to I'm blanking on his name now. Ramon Foster. Go listen to the two of them on
he's the color or whatever.
Yeah, he's color commentator. Go listen to them on the Vol Network if you don't have ESPN Plus. But let's enjoy another good week of football, everyone. Go Big Orange.
Go Balls.